Hey babes, it's your girl Kayana. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I've got a client story so wild, I had to double check the security cams after she left. We're talking missing persons, money laundering, and a spreadsheet that unlocked it all. Buckle up. This is not your average day in the life of a nail tech. It was a chilly Thursday morning, April 6th, 2023 to be exact. I had my first client booked for 10 a.m., but she pulled up early. I was still restocking top coat when I heard the chime on the studio door. She walked in. Tall, gorgeous, maybe late 30s. Think Olivia Pope vibes with a little less smile and a lot more stress. She introduced herself as Maya Liddell, said she found me on Instagram and wanted something simple, professional, and untraceable. Now I thought she meant untraceable, like matte nude with no rhinestones. But girl, I had no idea how literal she meant that. We get started. I'm doing a basic gel overlay, square shape. She's quiet, but polite. She kept checking her phone and her hands, shaking just a little. I tried to make small talk. "You live in the area?" She said no, claimed she was passing through from Asheville. But here's where it got weird. When I asked what she did for work, her exact words were numbers, things that disappear if you look too hard. Pause. Ma'am, what? Around 11:10, she asked if I could plug her phone into my charger behind the counter. I say sure, and when I pick up her phone, this little file pops up on the screen. A spreadsheet. I didn't mean to snoop, but the title caught my eye. Client list, Cayman Transfers Q1. And no lie, I saw a few names I knew, like a local developer who mysteriously vanished back in January. Remember Marcus Hill, the guy who fell off a boat? Yeah, he was on there, along with dates, amounts, all six figures and up. Dramatic beat, I told myself not to freak out. Just finish the set and smile. She pays in cash, $120 even. Says thank you and leaves so fast, I swear she was halfway down the block before I even got the receipt printed. And this is where it gets spooky. Later that day, I'm out doing my courier run for Quest when I get a call from a blocked number. I let it go to voicemail. When I check it, it's a robotic voice. "Don't mention Maya. This is bigger than you think. Keep the money." Now I'm thinking, what did I just get involved in? A tax crime? Witness protection? Or am I the next person to go missing? 2 days later, I'm watching the news. A woman named Monica Liddell, an IRS forensic accountant, has been missing since April 5th. The photo? It's my client. Same face, different name. Turns out she'd been working undercover, investigating offshore accounts tied to a pyramid scheme in Atlanta's finance scene. But nobody's seen her since that Thursday. You know, the day she got her nails done. I still have the security footage. I turned it over to police, but they never found her. And I've never seen her again. So if you're ever doing nails and someone asks for something untraceable, maybe double check what they really mean. So I'm sitting in my car, heart racing, and something tells me to check the charger she used. I keep it in a little tray under the register. But when I go back that night, it's not my charger. Same style, but it's heavier. I take it apart, and boom. There's a tiny data stick hidden inside the casing. I plug it into my laptop like a fool. It auto-launches a secure folder titled Emerald Flight 51. Inside, video clips, email chains, and voice memos. One video showed my client, Monica or Maya, whoever she is, arguing with a man in a black SUV. Same guy from the news. An ex-banker who supposedly committed suicide in February. Only, this video was from last week. I'm staring at this data and suddenly it hits me. When I was doing her cuticle work, she flinched when I touched her wrist. Back then, I thought she had a healing scar or something. But in one of the voice memos, she says, "If I go missing, the chip's in my left wrist, it has everything." Babes, she implanted data in her body. What was on that chip, and who would kill to get it? I pull up the security cam footage from that morning, and guess what? She wasn't alone. A man in a navy trench coat hovered outside for 22 minutes. Never came in, just paced, checking his watch, like he was waiting for her to finish. And at 11:19, 1 minute after she left, he followed her down the block. I zoom in. He's holding a silver USB. Same brand as the one in my charger. Next morning, I check my business account, and there it is. A $15,000 wire transfer with the memo. Emerald balance. Thank you. I call the bank, thinking it's fraud, but the funds are cleared from an anonymous offshore account. Suddenly, I'm part of this, and I don't know if they're trying to pay me off or frame me. I get to the studio to clean, and there's a manila envelope taped to the door. No return name. Inside, a printed screenshot of me holding her phone. Remember when I plugged it into charge? Someone was watching, from inside the shop or a connected device. And written in red Sharpie, if she talks, she vanishes too. I go to the Atlanta police with everything, the video, the drive, even the envelope. They take my statement, but the detective, this guy named Rourke, keeps saying stuff like, "Are you sure this isn't an influencer stunt?" And maybe she just ghosted. It felt off, like he already knew about Maya/Monica but was told to leave it alone. That's when I knew. She didn't disappear, she was disappeared. That night, I try emailing the video files to myself, just to have a backup. But every time I hit send, the files corrupt. I try airdropping them to my phone. Same thing. Then, out of nowhere, my screen glitches. A red alert flashes. This device is being monitored. Disconnect immediately. I yank the Wi-Fi, turn off the lights, and just sit in the dark. Girl, that's the first time I ever thought about closing my nail studio for good. I go back to clean my brushes, because stress cleaning is how I cope, and I see it, etched under the edge of my desk with a dotting tool right where she sat. One word in tiny gel scratches. Archer. I Google it. Turns out it's the code name for a whistleblower task force buried in some federal finance audit report from 2021. She was trying to leave a trail, and now I'm part of it. Before the news reported her missing, I dug a little deeper. A Reddit user posted gas station footage from East Atlanta, time-stamped April 6th, 6:45 a.m., the morning she came to me. It showed her switching cars with a man in scrubs. Guess where that car was found abandoned? Behind a Wells Fargo corporate office 2 miles from my studio. Driver? Never found. At this point, I don't know if I helped a criminal, a hero, or someone trying to be both. So, get this. While I'm trying to act normal, sipping coffee like my life ain't unraveling, I get a style seat notification. New booking, full set with nail art. Client name, E. Archer. The weird part? It's booked under a burner email, no profile photo, and the location tracker. It pings from somewhere near the Chattahoochee National Forest. That's like 2 hours north. Same day Monica was last seen. Next morning, I'm leaving for work, and there's a Ziploc bag in my mailbox. Inside, a pair of latex gloves. The pink salon kind. Mine, but not mine. The initials ML written in Sharpie inside one of the fingers. No note, no explanation. Just a message. Someone wants me to know she'd been in my space, or never left it. Another blocked number calls. This time, a voice. Her voice. Pre-recorded. It says, "If you're hearing this, they're onto you. Use the deposit as leverage. Look for the name behind the shell company. Emergent Systems, Panama. The rest is in the cloud." I swear to you I had to sit down. Not only was she alive, she had a plan. And I was now holding a $15,000 breadcrumb in the trail. I go to grab some forms for a walk-in, and I notice my client intake binder is missing. That thing never leaves the studio. I check the cameras, blacked out from 2:17 to 2:29 a.m. the night before. Someone was inside, and they took only the binder. Not polish, not cash, not even my iPad. Just the names, the receipts, the records. I started digging through old appointments just in case. And guess what? 3 days before Maya/Monica came in, I had another new client. First-timer named Tasha Ray, booked under a prepaid card. Real sweet, super chatty. Said she worked at a fintech startup downtown. Well, I found her photo in an online missing persons Reddit thread. Last seen leaving work April 3rd. Same day she sat in my chair. Her company? One of the firms listed in Monica's Cayman spreadsheet. April 12th. I walk into the studio and the power's out. But only my unit. My neighbors, hair salon, barbershop, they're fine. I call the electric company and they say my account was flagged for unusual energy usage. Girl, I don't even use a wax pot. Turns out someone filed a work order in my name to disconnect services. Except the signature was Monica's handwriting. While reorganizing my Polish wall, trying to keep my mind off things, I knock over a random top coat bottle. It feels heavy. I twist it open, and inside, another hidden USB stick sealed inside the hollowed cap. This one's labeled Nails Never Lie, Part 2. I plug it in, and it's a confession video. Monica, panicked, eyes darting, says, "If you found this, I didn't run. They erased me. And now they'll come for the records. That evening, a courier drops off a plain white envelope from a downtown bank. No sender, no note. Inside is a client profile form with her real name, Dr. Monica Little, and a handwritten list of 5 other women who had appointments with me over the past year. All 5 former finance employees, 2 now missing, 3 fled the country. And I'm starting to think, this nail studio was never just mine. It finally hit me. Monica didn't choose me randomly. I thought I was a witness, a bystander. But what if I was the backup plan? She left me every clue. The footage, the flash drives, the payments, even her voice. I wasn't a nail tech caught in a web. I was the one meant to untangle it. Or maybe finish it. The next day, I get a walk-in. Young girl, maybe 19, said her name was Alyssa, super bubbly, asked a ton of questions. Way too many for someone getting a basic French tip. She wanted to know how my cameras worked, how often I clean my tools, even asked if I log customer fingerprints. Something in my gut said this wasn't a client. It was a test. So I casually excused myself, went to the back, and checked the live feed. She wasn't waiting. She was scanning my client files with her phone flashlight. I came back, and she was gone. Didn't even open the door. The footage just skips. Late that night, I couldn't sleep. Something told me to open up the LED polish lamp Monica used. I take it apart, and girl, taped underneath the curing lights panel was a small note wrapped in foil. It said, "The money will burn. Keep the story alive. Watch the shadows. They move before the truth does." I think she knew they'd come for her, but she also knew they might come for me next. I played her last voicemail one more time, listening for anything I missed. But this time, I ran it through an audio spectrogram app. And what I found, hidden under her voice, was another layer, a deeper voice whispering just one word: proxy. I think Monica wasn't the target. She was the decoy, and the real whistleblower might still be out there, watching, waiting, maybe even sitting in my chair next. The channel where mystery meets nail obsession. I break down chilling cases, shocking twists, and unsolved stories you won't stop thinking about. Disclaimer: the crime stories shared on this channel are fictional and created purely for entertainment purposes. Viewer discretion is advised, as the themes may still include sensitive or suspenseful content. Watch as I bring you thrilling tales well. Thanks for watching. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss an upload.